Every year, authors get flooded with Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, but nobody actually tells you which one's worth the money and which one's not really. So instead of wasting cash on shiny objects, I'm going to break it down by categories, so writing, publishing, marketing, and so on. So I think these categories genuinely move the needle for authors. So whether you're watching this for like a Black Friday, Cyber Monday hype, or maybe months or years later, think of this video as your cheat sheet to the software and services that will help you level up your writing and publishing business. Okay, let's dive right in. These are writing, drafting, editing kind of tools that you may want to check out. Scrivener app, so it's quite popular. You can write in Scrivener. It's they've it's tried and tested. A lot of people use it. So check out their app if you want. I'll make sure I include links in the description below. Some of them will be affiliate links, not this one, but some will be. So anyway, Scrivener is number one over here. Pro Writing Aid, again, very popular. Typical Black Friday sale over here, 50% off. I forgot to say, Scrivener, obviously, they've got a discount on their website itself. Feel free to use that. So Grammarly, I don't know if people are big on Grammarly these days. It used to be really popular, maybe a bit less so. Maybe Pro Writing Aid has taken over, but Grammarly is they got a free option as well. Feel free to check that out. Their plans typically monthly. I haven't really seen like a particular sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but there we go. That's Grammarly. Hemingway editor. Not as popular in my circle anyway, but again, I've known people to use this. They've got a sale going on right now, but check it out. I think it's worth looking at. There's no harm in looking, if you ask me. And Microsoft Word, I like Microsoft Word myself because I'm just used to it, but it does come with a price tag unless you use like the cloud or free version. There's nothing wrong with using that. You can use Word. Or Google Docs. I use this quite a lot actually. Allows me to collaborate with others. Microsoft Word, it used to be okay, but it's kind of gone downhill a bit. Google Docs has kind of become one of the main tools that I use for writing. And also, of course, once I've written my book, if there's any updates, I updated Atticus because I use Atticus to format. Anyway, we're not talking about formatting yet. So these are kind of a few writing, drafting, editing software that you may want to check out. And obviously there's a Black Friday sale right now, so if you want to take advantage of that, by all means, check it out and see if it's worth your while. Moving on swiftly to the formatting side of things, this is my preferred formatting tool, software, Atticus, and right now they've got a Black Friday deal going on, so feel free to check that out. Let's just have a look. Oh, that's Twinkle. Anyway, so yeah, there's an indie author's cost, usually $49. They value it at $49, free for Black Friday, but the cost is $147. So yeah, Atticus. And there's also Vellum, which does really nice stuff. I don't think they've got any sale on right now, but this is one worth checking out. They've got obviously the ebook and the ebook and print books version. So the print and ebook version costs a little bit more. If you're only doing ebooks, then it costs a little bit less. So yeah, that's just be aware of Vellum. It's only for Mac as far as I know. Mac operating system 13 or newer. It's not available anywhere else. So if you're on like not a Mac, so you're you can't use it. Anyway, Reedsy Studio. So if you don't want to fork out any money for that, you can use Reedsy. They've got a book formatting tool. Quite good actually, and it's free, right? It's completely free. So, I mean, you could do add-ons and stuff, but the basic Reedsy Studio is actually like free. And if you don't want to do that, you can always use Drafted Digital. I featured it before. They've got a built-in formatting tool, so you upload your manuscript and then you click the buttons below to move on to the next tab, and then you can format your book. And you don't even have to publish with them, so you just format the book and then download the files. So yeah, those are the 4 formatting tools that you may want to check out that will help you format your books. Okay, next up is the graphics side of things. So if you want to design your social media stuff, your book covers, you can use these software or tools. So Canva, obviously really popular. Feel free to check that out. I'm a big fan, but I don't tend to use any of their I don't use any of their like assets, if you like. So they have quite a lot of like links to other things. I don't tend to do that personally. I don't. But I use them to like put things together, and it's really good. Anyway, Canva, but there's also Affinity, which is the one I really like. But Affinity has been bought by Canva, so there is an Affinity bit within Canva. So if you want to check that out, I'm going to check this out. And if you get the Canva Premium, obviously you get more functions. But look, there's like vector design if you want, photo editing, workflows, which is all the basic stuff. But if you want like extra stuff like generative AI kind of things, which I don't tend to use, then you wouldn't need to pay for it. But yeah, check that out. Definitely Affinity. I'm a big fan of it. I got it before they were purchased by Canva. Okay, moving on. This is more like stuff I would use to download from here and then use it in Canva or in Affinity, right? So this is where I get my stock stuff. Creative Fabrica. There is an affiliate link down below. I also like to get my stock stuff sometimes from Adobe. They've got a huge amount of stock images. You can check that out. Like, it's really high quality as well. So yeah, and deposit photos. This is one of my all-time favorites, but there's a Black Friday deal, of course. But if you're going to use deposit photos, maybe check out AppSumo, because sometimes they give you like a huge discount. Okay, so you get a code, right, and then you can get basically royalty-free stock assets, or you can basically you buy like points, you buy credits, okay, for to use for deposit photos, and this is what I like to use. You can also use Shutterstock. I haven't got the web page up, but Shutterstock is another popular one. But basically I get my stock images or whatever from these websites, and then I cobble them together either in Canva or Affinity. So that's how I use these things. Anyway, that's the graphic side of things. Make sure you check those out. Okay, next up is the keywords and category stuff. This is my software tool of choice, Publisher Rocket. Feel free to check that out. They've got a deal at the moment. So yeah, I don't know if you want to grab that, but yeah, I use this for categories, keyword research. Feel free to check this out. A lot of popular people are, obviously written some nice testimonials for it. 169 for Black Friday. No monthly fees. They have been, thinking about going monthly, so I don't know. For me, it's worth doing the one-off payments. I'm going to have an affiliate link. Feel free to check that out. This is Helium 10, the other one that I've, toyed around with, but it's a bit, it's a bit more pricey, I gotta say. So if you look at the price, if you compare, like if you bill monthly, even at the starter level, it very quickly adds up. So there's also ChatGPT or AI or Google. You can use any one of these to help you with keyword or categories research. But again, my choice is Publisher Rocket. It's like an all-in-one platform for me, so I don't need to go to like 5 different areas just to check things out. And for the price, I'm okay with it. Your mileage may vary, results vary, so it's not like it's a guarantee that you're gonna get like the best keywords ever, or the absolute categories that you should use in order to get billions of sales. Nothing like that. That doesn't exist. But for me, it's a convenience factor. It's all in one. and for the price that I got previously, it was quite reasonable, I thought. So yeah, Publisher Rocket is my preferred, but you can also check out others as I mentioned. Next, email marketing. You want to choose your platform, but don't stress. You can always change over, so just download your list and then change over if you're not happy with anything. So MailerLite, obviously quite popular. Check them out. They've got annual plan savings. I don't see any particular like Black Friday savings or anything like that. But yeah, MailerLite. There's also MailChimp. I haven't had a great experience with MailChimp, to be honest. So it's up to you. It's not owned by Intuit. So yeah, MailChimp. The SendFox. It's only $49. So for me, I'm using SendFox. It's not like the most detailed stuff. So you can't do like multiple things. So it's only for basic stuff essentially. So if you want to keep your mail newsletter kind of very simple, very straightforward, then I'm okay with SendFox. Flowdesk, I haven't used it, but I've heard people say it's great. As you can see, it is actually quite nice, but I do think it's a little on the pricier side. So I don't want to say use it because it doesn't fit my budget personally, but like I say, I've seen people use it. They're happy with it. Obviously there's a cost that comes with that. Klaviyo, not I've seen it being used. I've seen people mention it as well. I don't have much experience, but I thought I'd mention it just in case anyone wants to go check them out. They've got how it works and pricing, so I don't know. It depends on whether it fits what you're trying to accomplish, but they do have a free one. So yeah, check that out. Active Campaign, I think they've had some rebranding and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. There's other plans around. Check them all out. See which one you vibe with, and then just start email marketing. You gotta have that email list, right? You gotta have that email list. Coming in hot with book reviews, which is really critical for everyone. So advanced reader copies, you can dish these out to people who sign up for these websites. So effectively you are offering your book for free, and hopefully they will review your book. There's no guarantee anywhere that guarantees someone's going to review your book. That's kind of not really my idea of KDP compliance. So KDP says you can give away free books, but reviews must not be required. Obviously you can encourage people to leave reviews, ask nicely, but you cannot influence the reviews at all. Anyway, Book Sirens, definitely check them out. I've used them in the past. The pricing is very reasonable, so if you're on a limited budget, you gotta pay $10 and then $2 per reader. So that could be could be expensive depending on how many readers download your book, but it could also be quite cheap if not many people download your book. So yeah, Book Sirens. Hidden Gems is another one. I've used them. They have quite a depends on the niche that you're in, but sometimes there could be a long lead time. So depending on what niche you're in, check them out. So when you click on Book Now, you'll get like a calendar that shows up, and then you got to see whether there's any dates for what you want, right? So you're booking January 2026, for example, for romance, and then they'll let you know what the pricing is. There's FAQs, we check out the pricing. NetGalley is another one that I've used, but I don't go directly with NetGalley. I do it through the co-op, so you can do it, for example, through Victory Editing. Okay, so this one, and you can have a look. The prices are quite reasonable. I've used NetGalley through the co-op. So Books Go Social is another one that does the co-op. So either one of these. Again, check out the pricing, see if you have the right duration, for example, and then it varies, right, pricing wise. Same thing for here, monthly and then yearly. Basically, you put your book up with them, and then hopefully people from NetGalley read your book, and hopefully they review your book. Most of these sites have very high review rates for the reviewers who read books, so they do often leave reviews. Booksprout, this is my absolute favorite. I always use them. Basically for less than the price of a dinner with like anyone, your grandma or something. It's worth testing it out essentially. Again, no guarantees that you're going to get any reviews with any one of these, but I've used all of them and they are above board. As I say, I will always use them. These four. There are many others, but these are the four that I personally like. Diving straight into book promo sites. So this is where you can access a whole bunch of like hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of readers around the world. Written word media. These guys have under the banner of quite a few sort of brands. Okay, so Written Word Media owns these ones. So Free Booksy, Bargain Booksy, Red Feather Romance, New Book Release, maybe New in Books launch, Audio Thicket for audiobooks, and so on. So the ones I've used personally, fall under Written Word Media. I've used Free Booksy and Bargain Booksy. The rest I haven't used yet. I wanted to use Hello Books, but I haven't got a chance yet. But anyway, so you can try these guys. I've also used Fussy Librarian. Again, very decent. BookBub, obviously, lots of success stories. But there's also a question about recently some people have said that the effectiveness of BookBub has been reduced, but again, your mileage will vary, right? So my view is you just got to give it a try, and if it works, great, I'm really happy for you. But if it doesn't work, that's how business and life is, right? Sometimes you give it a shot and maybe it doesn't work out. Anyway, book promo sites, make sure you do some due diligence and give it a go. All right, this is going to be final section, and this is specifically for people who want to do video as part of their marketing. So you can do marketing for your books using special visual effects. So visual viral VFX bundle, $97. I've got this one. It's absolutely bonkers. It's great. You can do fancy tricks, right? So yeah, that one is number one. Number two, Black Friday sale. Content creators. These guys are very good at what they do. They are video, like ads, video content stuff. They've got a create AI course. They've got all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I've got a few of their courses. Depends if they kind of vibe with you. It may not be your thing, right? But I got the course, and it's decent, for the price I paid. I learned a huge amount. It was great. I really did learn like a huge amount. So yeah, and finally 1P Creative. Absolutely love these guys. Again, similar ideas, help people go viral on reels and short videos. By the way, these are mostly focused on short form content, so like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Yeah, I would say, for me, I thought they were okay. Yeah, it's worth learning at least, and maybe you can create some content that may go viral, and these guys will help you do it. So these are the amongst the many that I've come across, these are the ones that I really like. Okay, so there's quite a lot of stuff. As I mentioned, these, I've broken them down into categories, so timestamps are below. Feel free to kind of click onto the one that you need. Don't buy everything, right? Budget depending, and more importantly, it needs to suit what you are trying to accomplish. Okay, so if you're trying to accomplish book reviews, for example, don't go and spend money on everything else, right? If you're trying to promote your book, and then maybe focus on the book promotion stuff, like the video content, the book promo sites, right? Anyway, speaking of book reviews, if you want to get more book reviews, check out this video. I think you'll really enjoy it. Until then, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you there.